Sooners and the Ole Miss Rebels. This is a rematch of the championship, the opening round off. Great to be alive. Got a 2-homer game from Dayton Taki and good pitching from Kyson Witherspoon. They won the opener there, then lost a 1-run game in game number 2 and lost 6-3. CC and first pitch swinging, Mitchell Sanford hits a shallow fly ball into left center, chased down by Jason Walk. So it's 1 pitch and 1 out for Kyson Witherspoon, who comes in second in the SEC in earned run average. As we look at the Rebels batting lineup, Mitchell Sanford and Luke Hill coming to the plate, riding a 29-game on-base streak. What a run he's on. Bases. .349 batting average for the year. Finds him 12th in the SEC. Second season at Ole Miss. It's this one fouled toward the Oklahoma dugout over on the third base side. That was kind of the MO for Mike Bianco and the Rebels in the offseason. One of the desires was go out and get older guys who could come in. 30 walks for Furness. That's one thing that the Rebels do very well, in particular in SEC play. They've drawn the second most walks in conference play, 105 of them. And on the season, 265 walks drawn by this Rebels lineup. 94-mile-an-hour fastballs, a little bit upstairs from Kyson Witherspoon.
To the pull side, but does a good job of keeping the barrel through the zone.
Got kind of I'd call it a gentle north breeze tonight. Are you with me on that one, Blake?
I am.
I mean, I'm no meteorologist.
It has calmed down since BP. It was blowing in about 5 to 10. It's a beautiful night.
At about 80 degrees here at first pitch. Mark swings through that one. Bottom of the first inning, Oklahoma's lineup headed by Trey Gamble, Jackson Willits, and then Easton Carmichael, Sam Christensen in the cleanup spot. A little bit of a late shuffling in the lineup, but Jason Walk is in center field. Kyle Branch, second baseman, who had a good weekend playing against his brother out at Georgia last weekend. And then Hamlin, Drew Dickerson gets the start in right field. And Dawson will three-quarter, maybe sidearm. What makes it different from a lefty's perspective?
Oh, the ball looks like it's coming right at you, and then it ends over the middle of the plate. So you've got to get comfortable with that, right? You got to accept that the ball's going to be coming right at your hip, and understand that if it is coming at your hip, it's going to be over the middle of the plate. If it starts away, it's going to stay away. If it starts behind you, it's going to be on the inside corner.
This one turned on, driven down the right field line, but foul. By misjudged out there by Isaac Humphrey, but he pulls it in. Have a late look at it there, just getting acclimated to Elldale Mitchell Park.
You say that, Chad. Elldale plays a lot different than any other SEC ballparks across the league.
And no score, headed to the second. Game number 1 in Norman between the Sooners and Rebels. Rebels have been very good in SEC play, and they've been good offensively for much of the year. 8. There's a strike to make it 3-1. Oklahoma just kind of reloaded after their trip to that finals. They went to the Charlottesville Regional in 2023, and then last year won the Big 12 on the way out the door and hosted a regional here in Norman. And the Sooners well positioned.
The rule of foul ball on the home run is under crew chief review.
So the crew chief is reviewing it. Maybe that's what the discussion was. Mike Bianco didn't really want to use his own challenge on that one, and the umpires have agreed they're going to look at it themselves here, Blake.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or have it looked at by the Central Replay Review.
I think that's what Bianco was expecting going.
Kyson Witherspoon. He and his brother Malachi, who will be the starter on Sunday for the Sooners. Tournament out of Jacksonville, Florida. And going into their senior year in high school, they were not highly recruited. They really weren't on the radar, Blake. Not a lot of travel ball played by the Twins. And they just kind of took it upon themselves. Hey, let's lift, let's work out, let's work it. Eden Federico was a dual threat quarterback in high school. West Monroe High School there in Louisiana. Rebels will run for the Rebels, and we're scoreless headed to the bottom of the second. Certainly good to have home field advantage when you're playing in the SEC. This is what Oklahoma has done to this point, winning series against Mississippi State and Vanderbilt. Ole Miss this weekend, and they've got the Red River rivalry getting renewed beginning on May 15th with the Longhorns. Cole, guy that Skip Johnson coached, unfortunately passed away. He was in the Mets system. Just had crazy pop and incredible skills. 2 balls and a strike here to walk. Colby out of Georgia. Had a good weekend at the plate. 5 hits, drove in a couple of runs. But all that matters is having bragging rights. And it was the Bulldogs taking 2 of 3 from the Sooners.
Yeah, Colby had a good weekend too. Couple homers. It's fun to watch.
See the Sooners second and still second base in the Georgia series. Oklahoma expecting to get Taki back at some point. But it's Hamlin starting at first tonight. Hits this one to right field. Backing up is Mormon, and he pulls it in, ranging backward for the final out. A walk to Jason Walk, but he's left stranded, and we are scoreless moving to the 3rd. Rebels have been good at Swayze. What's 9th?
You feel like they put a good conference record together at 11-10. You're winning more than you're losing. You're looking up near 9th place. It's tough, man.
Here's the way it would shape up if it were starting today. It's Oklahoma would be one of those teams having to play on opening, trying to extend his consecutive games reached base streak to 30. Mitchell Sanford back in on that throw over. He can run. 12 out of 13 in the stolen base department for the Ole Miss left fielder. Defending number 3, Oklahoma coming to the plate here at L. Dale Mitchell Park. Only 1 hit combined between these teams. You look at the tournament resume for the Sooners, in excellent shape to be in the postseason. D1 baseball has them projected as a 2 seed out at North Carolina, the Chapel Hill Regional. RPI of 22-23, depending upon which you're looking at. And you see what they've done against the top 59 wins. They have 2 top 10 wins earlier this year. So they man, what a good resume he has. He's developed into a leader. A lot of his teammates listen to what they have to say about him. And these are some guys that have been around a little bit. Connor Spencer and others who have talked about the impact that Hunter Elliott has had. He's a loose guy, but holds others accountable in game 2 of that series.
It comes in spurts, right? Seems like he gets a little bit out of his element game to game. When he sticks to his approach, which is normally in the middle of the field, he really handles the bat well and does damage in the zone. Has some pop.
Strike 1 to Willis. Sooners have had 2 1-2-3 innings in the first 3 of the night. Back with you in Norman. No score between the Sooners and Rebels head coach Mike Bianco kind enough to join us here for just a moment. Pitchers duel, typical what you see Fridays in the SEC. Yeah. What has made Hunter Elliott such a special guy for this team, part of the national championship winning team, and all that you guys have?
Close my eyes and hope it's fastballs down the middle.
That's better than I've got. Will Furnace takes this pitch downstairs. He drew a walk his first time up. Furnace, excellent eye at the plate. 31 walks.
Now look at here. Utermark on time with a fastball, just misses. There's padding in that mask, but it ain't that much.
Now his partners from down the line are going to come in.
A guy at 6'4", 6'5". Had to be efficient.
Isaac Humphrey, the batter. Will miss center field. middle. He grounds this one to the shortstop, Willits. Easy underhanded shovel there. The Branch inning over. A hit batsman and a man left. Bottom of the fourth coming your way from Norman in a scoreless game. Really a mature sophomore season that he's had, and one thing that Skip Johnson has certainly praised him for has been his leadership. You know, a vocal guy that's right in the middle of keeping his teammates honest, so to speak. Pulls this one into left field, and he has Oklahoma's first base hit of the night. Leadoff single for Jackson Willits. Had a real pitching coach, so to speak.
Another good one over to first.
Easton Carmichael has reached base safely in 16 straight games.
Good job by Chang there. Slow roller coming at him. Checks the throw to second base and in motion finds his target. Makes a strike over to first base for 1 out.
Here's Sam Christensen. Grounded out to the shortstop Chang his first time. 43 walks for Sam Christensen. This is pulled foul toward the Rebels dugout. Neither team has a base hit with a runner on base. Those have been hard to come by. Sooners have had just 2 runners on. Rebels have had 4. Each team with just 1 hit. Breaking pitch misses a little too tall to walk. To Hayden Federico, whom he struck out back in the second. Oh, 1 is pulled foul off the net back screen above the Rebels dugout. Kyson Witherspoon best. Braden Jones, an important part of this pitching staff for the Rebels. Swing and a miss on 0-2. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Kyson Witherspoon. Seems like he's found his groove.
Yeah, I think this is it. This is a fastball up and away to get Mormon. Gets above that barrel with 95.
Aves here the last couple of weeks. Good to see those guys rewarded. That pitch up and in, and 2-2 the count.
Yeah, Wiles up to 95, 96 now.
Wow.
He was only 88 to 91 when he was here. Fortunate to play with that guy. Proud of you, Nate.
Hit by pitch. Remember, Sanford got caught stealing back in the third. First and second, 2 gone. And that one bounces into the turf, blocked by Easton Carmichael to Luke Hill. Now Skip Johnson's going to come out and chat things over here with Kyson Witherspoon. Probably be a fairly direct
To foul ball between the legs.
Gotcha. That's an official stat or just one that you keep?
That's the official stat of Blake Brewster.
Gotcha.
Keep an eye out for it. Keep an open mind, Chuck.
I try to.
The motion kind of throws everything off, right? It's tough to pick up. Drop a bunt down, see if you can beat it out. Make the Rebels play defense.
France takes the strike. 3-1 now. That he has one of those.
I don't know, man. I think it squared him up right there on the little U, upside down U in there on the nose piece.
Really? Okay.
I don't remember. That was a couple innings ago.
Yeah, how many foul balls you been hit by?
Plenty. Mostly on the inside part of my leg because I couldn't stay inside the baseball. This is a timing issue. Trying to get that release point out front. Seems like he's just trying to work through it this inning instead of just being confident in stuff and just letting it ride. Sooners been kind of getting themselves out tonight. A lot of weak contact.
Joe Mangrum, the first-year pitching coach of the Rebels, out for a visit. In the infield, I promise you.
If I'm Will Furnace, I'm a little bit nervous after that.
He has flied to center and grounded to first base, and he rips this one into right field. Hamlin will come in to score run number 2. Willis is on his way to third. He'll slide in safe, and it's an RBI single for Trey Gamble, giving the Sooners a 2-0 lead.
Gamble not waiting long on that one. Gets a fastball.
Breaking pitch is popped up on the infield. The first baseman Furnace over near the Rebels dugout. Slides down but hangs on, and the inning is over. The Sooners strike first, though. 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 men left, and it's 2-0 Oklahoma, moving to the 6th.
Not your prototypical second baseman. 6'4", power guy. Plays a position.
Played for Team USA, as did his brother Malachi, in the Team USA International Friendship Series against Chinese Taipei this past summer. And there's ball 4. Isaac Humphrey is aboard for the second time tonight. Though he has been very good, Kyson Witherspoon has not had a traditional 1-2-3 inning tonight.
Velo's dropped a bit. Volley on top of that one. Gotta think he might go to the off speed to put him away here.
Both these teams have trusted arms out in the bullpen. Though Jason Walk swings and misses there. Strike 3. Of course, Ole Miss now down Braden Jones, unfortunately, with that injury that he suffered in the midweek game against Austin Peay. Strikeout number 4 here for Elliott, but was ranked 15. Played Texas early and beat them when they were ranked 19. A win against the top 25 Arizona team. They, like Oklahoma, just got off running out of the chute against high caliber competition. Southern Miss, they beat them when they were ranked in the top 25. I mean, that's a board. He has really utilized his speed a good deal for the Sooners this year. May get a chance to do it again. That's 3-1. 15 stolen bases for Willis. And you see Gamble waiting for another crack. His 9th win of the year. Bowden, 22nd appearance for this guy. How reliable has he been for Skip Johnson?
He's been really good. It's a good arm out of A&M. 2-1 on the year, 5.33 ERA, but that doesn't really speculate on what he's been doing for Skip Johnson this year. 27 innings, 28 strikeouts to 8 walks.
They gave him a couple of weeks off in late March. Seeds 1 through 4 get the double bye, and 5 through 8 would receive the opening round bye. It's way too early to figure out where these teams might be. All we can tell you is coming into the night, Ole Miss was in a tie for 5th, Oklahoma in a tie for 9th. In the 8th inning, and gets his team back to the bats with 3 outs to try to get 2 runs or more. Oklahoma trying to close it out and take the opening game of this 3-game series. And they have one of the best closers in the country coming in to finish things if he can. That's Dylan Crooks. 10 saves. That is 6th most. Ooh, that one rifled off the facing of the Rebels dugout over there on the first base side.
You know who else used to do that? Jason Ruffcoin used to do that through from a high 3/4 slot, let a heavy arm side run.
Former Oklahoma closer, as it turns out, as well. That one bounces.
Clint Fagan not having it.
Either that or he thought he struck out. Swing and a miss. Dylan Crooks saves it, and Oklahoma wins the series opener. Crooks walks one but strikes out two and picks up his 11th. The only 2 runs scored tonight, Blake.
Right, and timely hitting in that situation, right? You get Dawson Willis on the ground out, then Trey Gamble coming up ambushing a fastball to separate this game. Ended up being all they needed.
Kyson Witherspoon advances to 9-2 on the season. Dylan Crooks.